All right, so that is just about level. Hey YouTube, how's everyone doing? Yafish Taco here. Another beautiful day, another car video. So my 21 Tacoma TRD Off Road, I had it almost 3.5 years now, and it's getting close to 50,000 miles. So I'm gonna do a oil change, and we're gonna do a transmission fluid change as well. So it's gonna be like, after these two things done, this vehicle is gonna be like running like butter smooth, right? So 50,000 miles. I think some people do it at 35,000 miles or 36,000 miles or 3 years. I think that is if you do a lot of towing, a lot of heavy duty off-roading, that kind of stuff. Definitely change it more often. And my vehicle doesn't tow much, maybe like a light boat, and does not do off-road like hardcore stuff. So mainly freeway miles. Most of the time I work from home, so I don't do like city commute. So 50,000 miles is about the right time to get it changed. I'm probably gonna do 2 flush today, and then that's about what I'm gonna do this time. At 60,000 miles, I'm gonna probably do a differential fluid change for the front and the back. So right now it's getting close to summertime. Right now it's like mid-June, so it's also a good time to get your transmission fluid changed, for get ready for the heavy hot summer driving. So let's go. So for the oil change, definitely engine oil, the filter, a new washer, a cap for the filter to remove it. I have a video already on changing oil on the Tacoma, so I'll put a link down below. So today we're gonna focus on the transmission. So I have 8 quarts of this Toyota automatic transmission. These are genuine Toyota products, so that's what I'm sticking with. And you also need to have a pump to get the fluid into it, because it's a sealed unit. You cannot just use an external funnel to get the oil in, so you gotta pump it in there. And a measuring bucket. So this one holds 5 quarts. So this one, it will help you see how much you drain out, so that you know approximately how much you want to put back in. But you do want to put a little bit more back in intentionally, to just have it drained out so that you can get to the right level. And for everything else, there's always all the right sockets and a good ratchet with a 1/2 inch drive. Woo. Let it drain. All right, so the easy part is done. Oil's all drained. Put the oil back in, done. So now get started on the transmission. All right guys, so I am under the truck. So that's why you want to have your truck a little bit higher, so that you got some room to work with, especially if you're a big guy. So here we're looking at, that's the back of the truck. We'll get oriented here. That is the driver's side, and then here is your transmission pan. That's the plug right there. That's a 14mm socket. This is the overfill drain hole. This is a hex drive. Now the fill plug is a 24mm socket. It's way up here, way tucked in there. So first we need to get that loosened up, and then we're gonna get this loosened up so that we know we can fill and we can drain out the excessive fluid before we drain everything out, right? WD-40. Just to get things loosened up. Get it all the way in there, so you don't strip it. Okay, all right, you see, all right, okay. Let's try this here. So tight. All right, it's on. Oh, okay. Oh wow, good. It's loosened. All right, good. Fuel plug is loosened, so now I can do the draining. Okay, not bad. Okay, get ready to catch those fluids. All right, man, they actually look pretty clean. So what I'm gonna do is I will save some of those for testing. All right, so I'll save some for comparison. So looks like it's done draining. So now if you don't think that this looks too bad, just take a look at this. This is brand new oil, brand new fluid. This is the old one, so you can already tell the difference, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put the plug back in, but I'm gonna keep the old washer on it because we're gonna, you know, drain it again. So no need to waste a good washer, right? A new washer. So we'll use the old washer just to hold everything back in. All right, just get a reasonable tighten up, and then we are going to fill it. So it looks like I only got about 2 1/4 quarts out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill 2 1/2 quart in there, and then run the engine, run the transmission, and then drain it again. So I'll start the engine. I'm gonna run through the transmission like maybe 5 to 10 seconds on each position. So you can see the temperature is right at where the check temperature should be. It's 118. So between 115 to 120. So I'm gonna just cycle through the gears, get all the fluids into every part of the transmissions before I do the overflow check. Make sure the fluids will go into each gear in the transmission. Now, a lot of people in their video, they will show that they do what they call a check temp mode, just plugging in a wire on port 4 and 13 in their OBD port to hotwire it, and then rock this between neutral and D multiple times until the indicator for the gear is disappear, and then when it reappear, then it tells you that the transmission is at the right temperature for checking overflow. But because I have a scan gauge, it sort of tells me the temperature for the transmission. Usually about 115 to 120, that will be the right temperature to check. So right now 131, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep the engine running. I'm gonna go down there to drain the overfill and then see how much it comes out. And we'll keep the engine running. So be careful, those pipes are really hot. Let's see how much it comes out. Just until it's just started to trickle, and that's about the right level. All right. Okay. So that scan gauge really helped to make things easier. You know, it just tells me the right temperature to go and check the overfill levels. And about half a quart came out, less than that. So that's about right. So yeah, and then so I'm going to repeat this process a couple more times. I think I have enough to do 2 more drains. So I guess 8 quarts every time I come out 2.5. So I think I have enough, hopefully. And then we'll check the compare each drain what the color looks like on those fluids. All right, so after the final fill, I put in the brand new washer, and I'm gonna torque it down. So for the drain plug is done, and then we're gonna do a final overfill check on the overfill plug. Then we'll put the new washer in it. That looks good. I should get about half a quart come out. Now it looks really clear. That looks like half a quart. All right. All right, so we did 3 drains and 3 fills. So that's the first drain, second drain, third, and then that is the overflow from after the third refill, and then that's the brand new oil. So you can see it gets clear each time, but not that much. This is what it currently looks like right now. So let's put it on paper and see what they looks like. So now you can see clearly the difference. This is the first drain. It does not have much pink in it anymore. Now the second drain, it gets little more colors. On the third drain, you can see some pinks coming out now. And then after the third refill, and then what comes out, this is what the currently looks like. This is what the current fluid looks like. It's right here. So it's a little bit closer to what the brand new fluid looks like. So that was a long process. Took me a few hours. It does take time. So I ended up doing 3 drains and 3 refills instead of 2, because each time I was only able to get like about 2.25 out. So then I intentionally refill it a little bit more, like 2.5, so that I was able to get, you know, the drained out from the overflow. So it's really not about how many times you do drain and fill, it's about how much each time you get out of it, right? So if you can get like all 8 quarts out at once, then you only need to do 1 drain and fill. Probably only got about 50% of, you know, the fluid changed out. So that's why the color is still not pink enough for me. This thing is right now is good for another maybe 30 to 40,000 miles. So I'm gonna keep an eye on it. And then probably next time when I do a transmission fluid change, I'm probably gonna drop the whole pan and then change out the internal filter inside as well. So, you know, do a thorough fluid change. What do you think, huh? So it's probably in about a few years, right? Yeah, maybe about 3 years and 4 years, probably 3 years. So until then, have a good day. See you guys next time.